let's talk about Evan Jordan. Let's talk about stuff that necessarily we didn't want to make a whole topic out of, but we still wanted to kind of cover in this game, in this show. Ole Miss. Do they have a legit shot at 12-0? I think, looking at the rest of their season, they play at obviously they play Georgia. Um Hang on, let me pull up the schedule right here. Obviously, they play at Georgia, they play at Oklahoma State, but then they have Washington State, South Carolina, the Citadel, who you got Florida and you got Mississippi State. I think there's a definitely a legit chance for Ole Miss to go 12-0, especially with Austin Simmons, very good quarterback at the wing. Obviously coming off a huge win against LSU, but Evan Jordan, because Ole Miss have a chance at 12-0.
Just a real quick question. Is that game at the end of the year? I know they play the Egg Bowl at the end of the year. Is that game in Starkville or Oxford?
It's in Stockville.
I want to say they don't go 12 and 0.
No, I'm gonna say probably not too, just because they have a really tough schedule. They have to play at Georgia. They have to play at Oklahoma. Like it's gonna get tough, and then obviously you got more rivals too. I think Ole Miss is pretty good. I disavowed them after 2023 after I got on the Jackson Dart hype train. Although that's looking pretty good now for the Giants, but I remember that stinker of a game he played at Georgia back in 2023, and we were on this podcast. Me and Jake were hyping it up, and then Jordan got to rub it in our faces the next week. But no, this is a really good team coached under Lane Kiffin. They have a shot at 12-0 for sure. But it's going to be a bumpy road, so I lean more towards no. But should be a good season from them though again. And that
They definitely have
Trinidad,
a
I was
possibility.
just going to say that Trinidad Chamberlain or I forget how you say his
Chambliss.
last name. Chambliss, very cool story. He's the one who came from D2 school and now is lighting it up at Ole Miss. So that very cool story right there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
one thing that I want to mention as we're doing this podcast, the Detroit Tigers are playing the Seattle Mariners in Game 5 of the American League Division Series. So I just apologize if I look over. Um, I
Yeah,
am
no problem.
currently
We're posting this on Friday night. Our goal, this will probably be up on Saturday, which is the 11th. So this is just a one day delay, I guess. But we're watching right now. We're watching Game 5, and it's a beauty. So we'll see what turns out with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
2-2 game, bottom of the ninth right now.
Evan, another thing, UCLA, they came off a nice win against Penn State, a lucky win against Penn State, you may say. Um, do they win another game this year? They got Mississippi, Michigan State, Maryland, Indiana, Nebraska, Ohio State, Washington, USC. Do they win another game this year? I say no, they don't.
I'm going to do something I do not do a lot on this podcast. I do not know. That UCLA Penn State game still has my mind blown. I know we did a video on this Monday. I don't know what to make from that game. What just happened? Nico played good. The UCLA ran for a bunch on Penn State's elite defense. I don't know what to make of that game still yet. So I don't know. I'm going to take it as UCLA's probably improved under their new interim coach. So yeah, they'll probably win another game. I think they will. I think that gives them a little bit of a spark. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I think UCLA wins another game. And to Jake's credit, or to Jake's discredit, I don't think the Penn State game was lucky. I think UCLA won that game. It's not like
Hmm.
Penn State turned the ball over, had issues and all that. UCLA just took that game from them. I don't know what switched for them. They looked completely awful the first four games, and then against a top 10 team, UCLA just looked like one of the best teams in the country. So I honestly do
Yeah,
not know if they win another game this year. I'm going to say that they probably do, just because I cannot imagine UCLA going 1-11. That's just insane to me to think about.
yeah. So, next up, Evan Jordan, you guys know I love drinking my sodas. I love drinking Charlie Milks too. I love drinking Yoo-Hoos. I love drinking Mountain Dews. Evan, when we were up in Wisconsin this past, a couple months ago, I drank a bunch of Yoo-Hoos. I drank a bunch of Mountain Dews. But I've been trying to get healthier. I got this new Circle water bottle. I think it very works out. You fill up the water bottle, you put your flavor in there. I think it gets I think it gets especially when you drink a lot more water. I think it's very, unique, and it was only $30 too, so not expensive at all.
I think we just had PWTB's first ad read. I think that's pretty cool. Where's our sponsorship money for that?
Come
We got
on.
we got to turn this into everything on PWTV side topics. One
Like
Come on,
product a week.
Circle.
Yeah,
seriously, man.
next. Yeah, Jordan, you're up next. But no, yeah, I'm yeah, no, Jake, I would say water is a little bit more healthy than your blue milk. I know you like your blue milk, but it's a little bit
Oh yeah,
tasty.
blue
But
milk was another
Water
thing. Blue milk was
water is the healthiest thing you can drink, no matter the circumstance.
absolutely drink
Yeah,
some
but I don't
water.
like just plain water.
No,
Like
yeah,
who likes
yeah,
plain water?
So
yeah, I
I
think
like plain
plain
water.
water
Are
is
you one
kind
of
of
no? Are so you guys like just soda, sparkling? Are you like one of those sparkling water guys? Like what is it?
um
Yeah.
I well I put flavor packets in my water.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, man, I feel like if you're gonna have plain water, you gotta have some flavor in it. You lemonades, your fruit punches, your cotton candies, your blue raspberries, you gotta have some flavor in it. You can't just drink it plain. But I mean, um, go
Uh,
ahead, Jordan.
so we all know that I am a UGA fan, and I guess maybe we can talk about the UGA Auburn game for a minute. The Deep South oldest rivalry, the 130th meeting between the Dogs and Tigers, um, at night at Jordan Hare Stadium. That place is going to be rocking. Georgia a couple weeks ago, coming off that loss to Alabama, bounced back last week against Kentucky, a nice solid win. Um, but I guess Evan, just give me your quick thoughts.
I think Georgia is the better talented team. It's never easy to go play at Auburn. I think this will be another big prove it game for Gunnar Stockton. Just going in another hostile environment. Can they get the win? Kirby Smart, you already know he's gonna manage this game pretty well. So yeah, it's gonna be entertaining. I think Georgia's the more talented team, but SEC football like this is always fun. So looking forward to that one for sure.
It's just never
Yeah, before
it's just never easy to go on the road in the SEC. Never.
no,
Even
it's not. But
even Vanderbilt.
yeah, exactly. I mean, Alabama goes on the road at Vanderbilt. They lose in Nashville last year. Obviously Vanderbilt didn't play that good this year, but getting back to the Georgia Auburn game, before I start analyzing this game, I'm gonna say I have two friends who go to Auburn who will be very upset if the Tigers end up losing. But Evan, I'm gonna agree with you here. I think Georgia is the more talented team. I think Georgia will eventually come out on top. Jordan, we just gotta hope for another miracle at Jordan Hale.
Um, I thanks a lot, Jake. I was getting out of my head since Georgia has not lost to Auburn since I was in high school, so I appreciate that. Now let's replay in my head. Nick Marshall just throwing it up. You got the three Georgia defenders tipping it, and then Ricardo Lewis comes down with it, runs in the end zone. You just see Aaron Murray on the sideline just looking completely dejected. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to think of that play when I first saw it. I mean, I just obviously, obviously a bad play from the Georgia defensive backs. But Evan, you and I have a trip coming up. We're going to Nashville. You coming down from Wisconsin with our buddy Noah. I'm going up to Nashville. I'm gonna come meet you guys. We're gonna do a lot of fun stuff. So, definitely looking forward to that. Um. Evan, you got anything to say on that, man?
Yeah, absolutely. That area is a bit of old stomping grounds for me. I did go to MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University for 2 years down there. So it's always good. I'm gonna probably see a couple friends. I get to see Jake because he lives in the South relatively soon. Jordan, I got to get back over to Athens pretty soon. Or not Athens. I'm sorry. I always say Athens, but you get it because you're a huge Georgia fan. But over to
I mean, yeah,
Lawrenceville.
we can. I mean, we'll go to Athens. We'll go to another baseball game like we did a couple years ago. We'll do. You have to go to a UGA football game, as you've been telling me.
Oh, I do. I wanted
Yeah.
any SEC game, but especially UGA. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to going back down to my bit of my old stomping grounds, and we're gonna have a good time. And Jake always keeps me busy, so we'll
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
be busy
So,
with that. Yeah.
well, speaking of
that's one of the things.
Speaking of Nashville, I think I'm going to go to a Vanderbilt football game in November.
Who are they
Nice.
playing?
Kentucky, I believe that day.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah,
That's it.
I was
I
just
think it's
gonna
also
say,
senior day.
yeah, I was just gonna say that's one of the things that Evan doesn't like about me. You know that I'm very active. You know that I like to do some right one other thing right after the other. He's like, dang, let me rest some.
No, yeah, absolutely. But no, I do like it about you. It's just where we don't always see eye to eye, but that's okay. That's what makes friendship interesting.
It is. Just one more quick update on the Mariners Tigers game that is currently going to extra innings.
Extra innings, so you guys will leave some suspense. We don't know what's gonna happen right now, and when you guys are watching this, you probably will know because that's pretty exciting.
Well, we'll leave you guys. Just I know I picked the Mariners to win the World Series, so let's go Seattle.